guys to another episode of Cre8ive Customs Garage. Today we are doing some side steps, you can see them, my mate's Dmax. So we've already got on the hoist for you. Obviously you don't need a hoist, definitely helps, it helps me because I can do this all literally by myself. And we're going to film as we go, so you give you a bit of a rundown of how to do it on one side, and then we'll just come back to the other side. Today we're just fitting the Ironman Side Steps. Here's the hardware. These are the back plates for the rear. These are the for the front part of the step. So we'll show you how they all go in there. Robbie's currently unwrapping one of the steps. So they're actually, it's pretty easy to install when you know what you're doing. For the first time, it can be a bit daunting. I know when I first did it, I dropped one of these suckers into the chassis. Spent like an hour trying to get it out because they mount. So you got one that goes here, one that goes there, one that goes there, and one of them, I think it was this one, I dropped into the chassis. It was a pain in the ass to get out, but I got it. And when you put all these captive plates in, so they slip inside the chassis, and you use this thin bit of steel just to hold it in place. I put that on while I'm slipping it all in, just so you don't lose it. Once you, the best way to do it is to do exactly what Robbie's just done. Unwrap it, leave all this stuff on, because that's stuff that you might damage, and then yeah, we'll get to installing. Alright, so we're doing it the easy way today. We've got a jack standing back, which makes it a lot easier. So you literally one bolt. This one's that back up. I don't want to move, is that bottom one? Oh, what's going on here? I've got the top two. Got it? Yeah. Just grab my hammer. With my mallet, I should say. Yeah. Yeah. And at least get enough on this. But this is the one you're going to lose. Adjust this up. So literally get yourself a little pry bar, pry this out a little bit, because this side's actually hard to space. If you're fitting ARB ones, you actually would space these out, and they come with a spacer kit. Ah. But the ARB ones come with a bracket 3 times the size of that.
Yeah, okay.
And then just get up in there, and it's kind of hard to show you this. You kind of need to see at first hand. But yeah, you just literally pop. If you can pop it out of its socket, then Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, there.
When you hear that noise, it's good.
Don't freak out.
Alright. So, best way to do this. Plate and wash it together. Alright, go up, past the chassis, feed it down. Past the fuel line. So once you get it past the loom, I don't know, it's past it, I've just got to get it to come down. There we go. Like that. Done. I don't know if you can see it, might be too dark. That there. So then, you just got to get the bolt. Go through. Once you got that in,
Small hands.
they do help. Trust me. I'll just lower this down a bit. This is where your small hands come in handy, because you got to get, without doing that.
Reflexes, mate. I caught it. That's this and that.
So yeah, wash it first, then nut, and then yeah. I don't know if you can get your hand right up in there. That might help give you a little bit more room. And saying that, I can do this by myself, but it's hard.
Yeah.
And it's like feeding one thing at a time, and yeah.
Hardest thing is
I'll see what
the space. Oh, I'm holding that. You just need to get one thread on them. It's sweet.
Yeah. There we go.
Thank you.
Alright, so that's that one.
This is over here.
And the other bolt, this far back. So, yeah, we'll do it like that. You put them on. Alright. So this has taken us what? Well, we've been filming for 28 minutes. Some of that's been a little bit of messing around. So it's taken us, I don't know, 10 minutes I reckon, to get this bolt.
Yeah. 10 minutes just to get a
But
bolt.
like I said, do the hard one first, so you can show you how hard it is. It's not hard, it's just hard.
Fiddly.
If you've got big hands, it's hard. Alright, so now you can pretty much take this off. The bolt will hold itself up.
Tighten it, eh?
No, we'll do the front one first. So, where is it? This is the way I do it. Obviously everyone's different, you can do it your own way, do it whichever way you want. This is how I do it. Lift it up, brace it against the chassis, and then pretty much tighten it all up. Now, for these ones we can actually use some other tool. It's only when you need to get in there with this tiny spanner. Yep. So what I'll use, I use my 3/8 with my 19 extension, deep extension. Let's get the camera back. Really should get a light for that though. Might buy those media stations.
Yeah, because then you'll be able to actually see what's going on.
I'll tighten this one. This one pulls everything where it's got to go. And obviously if you go too tight with this, you'll actually snap the weld on the the metal tab that's holding the bolt in place. Like that. You don't want to do that. Because if you ever need to pull it off, you've lost your bolt.
So it looks like Ben's going to be pulling it off if I ever need to pull it off.
But it shouldn't need to come off ever again. Unless you're actually replacing the step.
Which could be a possibility.
So now this is where the skinny one comes in. I'll show you. Now I don't know if you can see that gap. You can see the gap. If you try to put a normal spanner in there, and I bet you it'll fit this time. Alright, put a normal spanner in there. Yeah, it's going to fit this time. On some of them, this pipe goes further back and you can't actually... Oh yeah, on that side. I'll take that out. Now, you'll see, I can't actually get the spanner on the nut. It's because the pipe goes too far back. That's where my little spanner comes in handy. That's the reason why I bought it. Purely to do Ironman Side Steps.
Are they meant to be in there or not?
Yeah, we'll put them back in there.
Oh,
So
yeah.
tighten them down. They just get in the way. So this is the time-consuming part. Because it's literally turn, rotate, turn, rotate. So, that's the front done. So it's literally just, yeah, on and off, rotating the spanner, because you can't get any tools in there, apart from that spanner. So you can take these out. It does make it easier. But remember to put them back in, because this is what stops your pipe from filling up with crap, mud, or water, which generally is muddy. If you get mud in there, then it starts to build up, and then it's going to rust eventually, and that's what you don't want. And because they're so tight, they are a bit of a pain to get back in. But once they pop in there, then you're good. Just push it down. And it just creates a good seal. I pop them out every time I do them because it does make it a lot easier. Alright, now on the back. Again, best thing to do, if you can, if you've got these, or you're on the floor, just use a jack stand or a trolley jack just to help lift it all into place, because it does make it easier, especially if you're doing it by yourself. So obviously the bottom one's easy to do. Right, so we just put a big in there on the bolt, and then you can put your ratchet stand in there as well. And this one takes the longest. Because you've got fuel lines and everything to play around with. Because there's not much room to move in there, it's actually quite difficult. Especially when you slip off your spanner like that. Don't rush it because you'll damage something. Right. Yep. So this one, just tighten her up. That's it, she's done. One side, done. Blue bin, they'll be inside there somewhere. Alright, now, as I said before, you leave all this stuff on because it protects the car, protects from the hoist if you're on a hoist, or even on the ground. It stops you from scratching it and whatnot. Because the last thing you want to do is a brand new step with it. Last thing you want to do is have a brand new step and scratch it on the floor or on the hoist or wherever. The place you want to scratch is off-road. And even then you won't want to. You'll be like, oh, my step! Unless you bend. No, even then I was very careful with my stuff. I'm always careful. And then you get to that point where the inevitable happens, you damage it, and after that you just don't care. And you end up with a step like mine. And you know what? I might actually take the camera over there and show you what I mean by that. Because I don't think I've ever put that on camera. There you go. One step. Done. Yeah, this is what I mean. This is my step. Looks good, doesn't it? It's bent. And hello. Can you see that? Look how flat that is. But I've had those on for, far out, how long have I had those steps on? I was a clean away when I put them on.
Yeah, so
it's been 2-3 years and they've taken a beating and they've handled that. Bend that tab out of the way.
Yep.
Thread the back piece in.
Yep.
And just move them.
Oh yeah, I see it slips down onto it.
Yeah, move them into spot.
Yeah.
They'll move as you put the step on anyway.
Yeah, cool.
And then just push that tab back in to hold it in place.
Yeah, sweet.
Don't do what I did the very first time and put the whole thing inside and hope it stays there.
Ah.
Yeah, that's how I lost it. So what we're going to do this side is, yeah, I've already put the tabs in. I just kind of explained it then, how you fit them. But we're just going to fit this up. And I'm going to time lapse it so you can see how it's done in one progressive hit, not broken up into little segments. Because this is the easier side, it'll get done a lot quicker. So let's do it.